Today I'm excited to be taking part in the video hop for Jess and Laura's Hooray for 3K hop. It's a fun-filled hop with a summer theme to celebrate Laura and Jess's 3K subscribers on YouTube achievement. There will be giveaways along the hop, so make sure to watch and comment on as many videos as possible. The more you comment, the higher your chances of winning are. And if you enjoy the videos in the hop, you can support the creators by subscribing to their channels. Winners will be chosen at random from all the comments left on the videos in the hop, and the deadline for commenting is July the 10th. Winners will be announced on Laura and Jess's channels on July the 15th. And don't forget to check out the sponsors of the hop. I also have a little crafty package of goodies to give away from my own stash, so make sure you stick around to the end of the video to see what you could win from commenting on my channel. Now, I don't have a whole lot of summer themed stamps in my collection, so the inspiration for my card came from Pinterest, where I found a fun colour summer scheme to use. I stumbled on this lovely colour scheme from Colour Palettes and thought the colours would make a beautiful summer florals. I'll have a link to my board in the description below if you want to see more on this pin. The stamps that I'm using is the beautiful floral note stamp from Avery, Elle, and the florals wrap around what is like an invisible plaque, a great space for placing a sentiment. I'm using my Misty to stamp this onto Distress watercolour card from Ranger, and I usually like to watercolour with the smooth side, but because this card is going to be one layer, I decided the texture would add some more interest to the card. Because of the texture, I'm just using my Misty to stamp it in Wow Clear Ultra Slow Drying ink a couple of times to get a good impression. Next, I'm covering this in super fine rich gold pale embossing powder from Wow, as I thought this gold would give a richness to the card and is also a perfect metallic for a summer theme. By accident, I got a little finger mark in the top right corner, so I'm just brushing the excess powder away with a small brush before I heat set the design. After this was heat set, I'm starting to add some clear water over some of the florals. Now, I want to keep the inner section of the stamp white to allow my sentiment to pop later. So to ensure this stays white, I do not add any water past the stamped image into this invisible plaque. To start with, I'm just dropping in the colour roughly over the stamped image, but allowing the colour to bleed outwards. I'm going back with some clean water then to soften the edges out a little bit. My goal is to add a soft wash of colour to the background surrounding the floral images first. And I keep repeating adding clear water and dropping the colour in as I work around the design. The watercolour palette I'm using is the 36 watercolour pan set from Altenew, and I've listed the colours I've used for this card on the screen. So later I'm going to be going back in and colouring the florals in using the same colour that I've used to create the background wash surrounding each area of the design. But when I'm colouring it in, I'm just intensifying the colour of the floral images and adding a bit of depth and dimension. Now I'm going to turn on some music whilst I continue to colour the design in, and if you wish to skip to where I assemble the card, then just head to the 10-minute marker. So I've finished colouring in the design and I've placed the panel back into my MISTI to add the sentiment. I love the font style used in the sentiments from the stamp set because it's quite a modern style but contrasts well with the soft, delicate nature of the florals. You can buy the MISTI corner add-ons which come with a few rulers that allow you to ensure your sentiment is straight before you close your door. To ensure I'm happy with my sentiment placement, I'm just placing some acetate over the top of my card in my MISTI and then inking the sentiment in Twilight ink from Catherine Paula before I'm closing the MISTI door. This practice stamping allows me to determine if I like the position and the colour of the ink with the card design, but without ruining my card as I'd put so much effort into it. I changed my mind and decided that blackjack was a better darker colour for the card, and what's more, I could then move the stamped acetate around until I was happy with the position of the sentiment. Then I could just position the stamp back over the temporary ink sentiment, close the door, and then remove the acetate and stamp directly down onto the card panel. Because I used the rough side of the cardstock, I could use my MISTI just to stamp it again for a cleaner print. So all that little bit of work made sure I was happy with my stamp, was happy with my placement of the sentiment, and I hadn't ruined all that effort that I put in colouring my card in. This would adhere down to a white card base, and to finish it off I added some Nuvo drops. I have a swatch ring of my Nuvo drops using acetate, and this just allows me to position the swatches over my card and see which colour pairs quite well with the card. For the card I decided to go with Dandelion Yellow, Caribbean Ocean and Carnation Pink. When I was adding them to the card, I just made sure I positioned the drop near the corresponding colour on the card and formed a visual triangle around the sentiment. I loved creating this card and using that fun summer colour scheme for inspiration. If you're in a rut or need some inspiration, I suggest having a browse on Pinterest just to get your creative juices going. This colour scheme has really created a lovely summer floral card that would brighten anybody's day up if it popped through their letterbox. As part of the video hop, I have a little craft package full of lovely goodies, including paper packs, stickers, wooden embellishments and a stamp set, all to give away to one lucky comment here on my channel. Make sure you leave a comment here by the 10th of July for your chance to win. Also, remember to continue along the hop to celebrate Jess and Laura's Hooray for 3K, where there are many prizes up for grabs with all the sponsors, and you'll find a link in the description box below to your next stop in the hop. If you enjoyed today's video, please give it a thumbs up, and if you're new to my channel, why not think about subscribing and hitting that bell icon to be notified when my next video is up. Also, check out this other video for some more inspiration. Until next time, happy crafting!